Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Monday, and we have 9/11 in the United States. It is a traders memorial. We lost an exchange from terrorist attack. We've always been threatened as traders. They always the socialist, leftist, whatever you want to call them, have always tried to destroy capitalism, because it works and their system is more of a hope and a dream than it is a reality. So they've always tried to blow us up one way or the other, and sometimes they succeed, and this time they did. 94 they tried to succeed and they failed, but built a bad habit. In 2001 they got it again and succeeded. So anyhow, there's the dollar index this morning. You can see it's holding firm. You see our new platform too. It's up. You can see we're in that weekly buy right there for a while now. It just refuses to give up. You can see the daily has been in a buy, and this is the September contract. And you can see, I believe that's today, of course. Let's just check it out. And that is, yep, that's today. Just double checking. And let's see, zoom in again, or was it go back? We want to go back to normal. Auto adjust. There we go. And so there's that. And then let's go over to the normal platform we've been using, not our new what we call an interactive pro. I just showed you the interactive platform we use. This one we always just take pictures of it. It's interactive too, but it's only interactive for us. And as you can see there, dollar index is down. It's pressing. There's having some force down. The weekly buy there shows the strength that's been going on in the dollar index. That is the dollar index, right? Yes. And just double checking. What else can we say is in the end result is that the strength is they're buying dollars because there's just no other place to go. We always kind of remind people that, not everybody has a U.S. Constitution running their, setting rules and directions the way ours does, and then it gives us clarity and direction. But then what we really have more than anything else is we have an opportunity for the public to vote on it and say if they want to do certain things, and they're a part of the system, and it's that whole combination of all of it. That's what it really comes down to. So here we are. We're looking at the dollar index, and what we really see in the end is, I guess, how else can we say it? But there is no other place to go. So it doesn't make the dollar the best because they're buying it. It's because it's the best investment to be in. That's it. Nothing more than that. And will that change? Maybe. If the rest of the world joins in and finally starts to figure out that these other systems who have never worked will never work. It goes up there with the Al Einstein thing, and that is do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And that usually doesn't work out. So that's where we stand with the world economy, and the United States is always working towards making money, growing an economy so that everybody else makes money, lifts the lowest part of our society up so they have the potential to make as much money as they would like to make, things like that. And instead of thinking that the government can make everybody wear the same thing, eat the same thing, live the same way, and all be equal. As far as I can tell, one size doesn't fit all. But there are people out there that believe it does. So that's why we see the dollar so strong, and there's just no stopping it because there's no other place to go, because the other countries in the world just don't understand that. All right, now from there, dollar index, we'll go over to the euro and see what the euro is up to this morning. Let's see, let's put it up on J4X first. Let's see. Euro. Where are you, euro? There it is, right there. And you can see the euro there is trying to bounce up a little bit today. It's green. You see that? You see that the fast algorithm, in this case here, it's not an algorithm, it's a stochastic. And the fast stochastic is trading at 15.9. The slow is trading at 10, what is that, 10.4, 10.5 basically. So It's literally 33% ahead of it. So we're seeing some buying come in. And as we see here, that's the dollar index. It's obviously being sold. Now let's take a look at the euro right there. And there's the euro. And the euro is being lifted up. It's higher than it was on Friday. It hasn't gotten through the buy yet, but we have a green dot and a red dot. There's some strength coming in. Here is the zero line right there. And you can see the fast algorithm, just like over on J4X, the blue line is moving ahead of, it's moving, in this case here, it's moving towards the zero line. It's gotten through the minus side of the manifold. So it's showing us that there's some buyers. You see the slow algorithm right here is lagging behind the way it normally does. And then it, and if the two of them get through the zero line, that's a sign of strength coming. And that's where we stand at the moment. Quiet morning this morning, Robin, eh? I don't see many people in there. I'm eating blueberries. Sip of the water. And blueberries. All right. Now, from the euro, we'll go over and we'll take a look at where we'll go. We'll go with cable, Great British Pound, GBP. You see there, that's the Fibonacci. We'll tighten that up. It seemed to flirt with this 0.728 thing or 4 or 23, either way you want to look at it. We'll show you the whole Fibonacci sequence as we tighten it up. You see, we looked at this high, we looked at the low, back at historic lows at par, and you can see it's doing a little bounce. Trying to, and we could even investigate it a little bit deeper in the sense of take it and see how it acted its first time after all-time lows right there. It played the blue line. Played it a couple of times, then lifted up and took out that, and then we put that in there and see how it treated it. And you can see right there, again, at that point, it didn't even challenge the blue line. And then it made another higher high, and let's grab a hold of it again, right there. And again, it didn't even challenge the blue line. And then we move it again to that last time it made another high, right there, another higher high. And you can see the same thing. It's just playing with the blue line. So more than likely, that seems to be the pattern of it all. It's probably going to play those blue lines. Yes, indeed, Robin, I agree. It's kind of quiet today. It's Monday. Some Mondays we get really busy. People are interested in what's going on. And then sometimes we get a Monday where it's just like sleepwalking. And there it is over on our new interactive platform. Let's show you that. And let's put it up on J4X at the same time. Right there. And let's show you on the right there. You can see the daily is, I think the daily, it went into a daily buy on our interactive, our new interactive. We'll emphasize it by increasing the size of it. So like that. So you can see on Friday, we went into the buy. So we went into the buy on Friday. And that's Friday right there with a green dot. And as we speak at the moment, let's see, right back to the size again. Does that do it? Or is it this? Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I see. It's this. Okay. So let's see. What do we do? Go like that. We'll just refresh it instead. Go like that, and then we'll go like. We're having some scaling problems from the data feed. That's what it is. When it comes to some of the other currencies, that's why we show you GBP. And we can show you Turkish lira. The scaling is all right in that too. You can see that buying it's going on, and it went into the daily buy on Friday. And when we look at it over here, you can see it's just trying to get through at today, but it still has a red and a green. You see here the fast is trying to move up and the slow is trying to move up, but still not through the zero lines. Over here on J4X, you can see cable is at 20.4, and you can see that the yellow is at the slow stochastic is at basically 11.9. So it's definitely leaping up. We're getting a green as we speak also today. So this is a good example of our new interactive. We're going to clean that up and get things rolling along, and then we can really start to try to advertise and show more people the product because we'll have the capacity to handle it. And that's what it comes down to at this point. And you can see there it's starting to straighten up, and it looks like Jeff has started to widen it for us too. Let's make that a little bit bigger. I think I'm seeing that. Am I seeing that? No. They were supposed to, like, in other words, see how the let me go to this. See how this is this week, these lines. He's supposed to re-coordinate this so that it does the same thing. They're right underneath each other. So that's where we are at the moment. What else can we say about any of this? Just that the product does seem to be marching along in its natural way. You know, it's not letting go. And, you know, the cable is definitely being stronger than the euro. Matter of fact, it would be interesting to take a peek at. Let's drift a little bit and look at the euro GBP. Maybe we should try putting it in the... I think we're going to try to put it on our new platform, too, at the same time. Euro GBP. Let's see what that is. And let's go... And let's put it up over here. There's the Euro GBP. Let's move this to there. And you can see we're playing with, it's moving into the minus, which means the GBP is stronger. Also, the weekly has been in a sell. So the euro is losing against the GBP. And that is part of what's going on at the moment, that weakness. Let's see, I want to see, that goes like that and go like this, and then I go and let's look up what the symbol is. Let's see, let's go find the symbol. I see what you're saying, Robin, and since it last night, I'm trying to go up on the site now to collect up the symbol for Euro GBP, and it's just spinning. Let's just kill that and try it again. Trading. There we are. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. And we want to look at Euro GBP. Let's see if we can do this. GBP. Are they going to see? Yep, they show it. Equals X. All right, so let's do that. So we go with ticker symbol. I'm on the other computer. We're going to add it in. Go to add, and right there, and then what is it, Euro GBP. Okay, cool, equals X. Euro GBP equals X. Let's see if that does it. Save. Okay. Now, let's minimize that, get rid of it. There and there. Let's go back to home. And let's see. There. Oh, that's it. Let's try it again. Now let's see. There we go. See what happens. Now it's the scaling's off because of the euro. Okay, not the worst thing in the world. And you can see it's kind of interesting. We did here. We went into the buy. Did we go into buy there too? Yeah, it looks like we. I'll tell you in a second. No, we did not. So in this case here, let me just show you what I'm looking at. Right there. Here, go in the sell, went into a buy, back into the sell again. So it's, you know, the weekly is showing that pressure on it. Now let's push up over here And let me go back to that a second. You can see just as it's dropping on that, you see it's doing the same thing here with a red, pressing down, and notice there's no dots. It's something to do with the data feed. We have to straighten that out on some of these currencies. We'll get that figured out. Okay, live right now. And remembering the first plane hitting the World Trade Center. All right. Let's see, what do we got from there? So that's the Euro GBP. Let's see what it looks like over on J4X. Right there's Euro GBP. You can see that pressure on it today, same way. You see this fast is moving at 63.7. The slow is moving at 60.8, almost 60.9. So it's showing a little buying still in there on this side of it, on the algorithm or the stochastics themselves. And then you can see the Hinky actually starting to pick up on it where it's generating a red. You see we're generating a red there, and we are generating a red there. Actually, the reds are not even on. Let's turn them on. Let's see, what do we want to do here? We want to close. Do that again. Whoop. Do that again. Indicators. There we are. Add. Let's see, where are we at? There we are. Down. I don't see why it's not on there, but we'll try the other one too. Add. And the green. Alright, there's the green. Where'd the red go? Let's double check that. Let's move that over. What's the... oh, I see what it is. We need to move it, make it a point. That's what it is. Point. There we are. And you see same thing there. It is generating that red. It's dropping below the zero line. And the weekly has been in that cell for a good 5 weeks. Now, what's interesting is the fast has leaped up through it and is now starting to fail again today. So that is that pressure. I don't really believe that we're going to you see that much change going on with the pairs trades. I think the dollar is just going to stay firm until something is figured out. You know, what I mean by figured out is you know, I guess understanding interest rate direction. You know, they're pricing in interest rate cuts going into next year. You know, so that's what I say. What I mean by figuring out. When I figured it, they'll probably raise a quarter, maybe 2 more times. There's a debate about it. No one's really sure. I know I'm not sure, but I think what I'm seeing the pricing with, it's trying to tell us that that's what they want to do. So, and Mountain, don't type anything. Get healthy. Get systems working right. I know you're out there. You know, you can always just punch an H on something with a pencil in your mouth if you want. You can go Hawkins on us. You can go Stephen Hawking. But hang tight in there. We're our hearts are with you and our prayers are with you. All right, now from there, what else we got going on? From the basically the GBP, we go over to the Swiss, and there's the Swiss. You can see that strength that's been in that. Let's put it up on J4X. Right there. You know, Swiss has been marching up nicely. You know, you can see the fast is at 82. The slow is at 84, so it's starting to show pressure on it. It's trying to break down. You know, you can see over here on Chicago Quant, we're right there on the edge. You know, it's piercing down. Can we say anything else about it from there? I don't really see anything else jumping out. Maybe that? No, nothing there. So that's pretty much the situation at this point. They're not really the currencies, and we do have a big number coming out. I think we have CPI coming out this week. So there's going to be that pins and needles type of thing. People are going to be really concerned watching to see what does happen. And I'd imagine that there's a good chance that it's that we will see we see inflation increasing. There's no doubt about that. That is no surprise. And so we have to assume that that strength of inflation will alleviate. It's more of inflation than it is stagflation at the moment. So that's a good thing. Inflation markets like. Stagflation markets do not like. I know there seems to be an odd difference of it all. What's the difference between stagflation versus inflation? And stagflation means there's no growth. The economy's not growing at all. And we're still on the Trump taxes and so forth at the moment. So the stagflation is on its edge, but it is not anything more than that. And that's why we basically see it doing what it's doing. It's stagflation. So, all right, now, what else can we say about any of that? I guess that's about it, and that's what I'm saying. Markets like stagflation. Markets don't like stagflation. They like inflation. So if we keep on seeing the numbers that we're seeing, that's very positive. That is very positive. All right, what else do we have to say about any of this? I guess nothing at this point. We just go on to the, I think we go to the Japanese yen from here. Let's go check it out. There's the yen. You can see it's trying to break down today pretty comfortably. Red and green, below the zero line. Weekly is even dipping. So we're seeing pressure starting the first days of this week, which in the United States is a full week of what we consider the end of the summer. So last week was the first week of what we consider the end of summer. Now summer doesn't end for another another week and a half or something like that. With the where the planet is in the solar system, but around the sun. But we kind of go. Kids are back in school and everybody's doing things. That's pretty much the answer to that. Okay, so now we'll go over to the yen, right there. See that same thing? We got red. We've got the blue trading at 69.1. We've got the fast trading at 84. So they're definitely putting pressure on this product, and they're not looking back. They just keep on moving in that direction. What else can we say about any of that? I don't know. What can we say about that? I'm trying to, not much more than that. I'm amazed. I was concerned we're going to see like 150 again. We'll have to see. But right now, there's a little feeling. I think bonds are. Let's go over to the 30-year bond just real quick. Let's do that. I think the 30-year tried to bounce on Friday. There it is right there. Yeah, it tried to bounce on Friday. Now it's dropping again today. We're seeing some pressure on it again. You can see we've been in the daily sell here. And we got very close to getting into a weekly buy last week, but it backed off. The fast has leaped up through the zero line, but it's turning down. So if interest rates are starting to increase again, then there's going to be more pressure on the yen. Didn't mean to rhyme there. And other pairs trades in general, they're going to feel way more pressure. All right, and from the yen, we slide over to, where do we slide over? From there, we slide over to the Turkish lira. That's it, right? Where is it at? Turkish lira is right. Not there. It's right there. Okay. Okay. And right there. And you can see that it's trying to lift up into the buy. It closed in the buy last night. I believe right there it shows it. Yes, it's in a buy. Let's put the line in there. So Friday, it closed in a daily buy. Now, this week, we are flirting with the weekly buy as we speak right there. You can see it right there. Both the fast has leaped up through it and has broken the manifold. The slow has done the same thing. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. We were mentioning it last week. We're very concerned that movement by the government will fail, and unfortunately, we're not happy that it's going to do that. But it is just what the math is trying to tell us, is that they're trying to lift them in there. And so that is going to be more of an issue again, in the sense of we're going to see more pressure for this thing to go to all-time highs again. And it doesn't seem like anything can slow it down again. And you can see, let's just slide over to here. Here is our new interactive platform. You can see right there, it is pushing to get into the daily buy. You can see the nice big push up with the green dot. And you can see the weekly is doing the same thing. It's making a flirt through the zero line like it is right there. And I'm sure when we go over to J4X and take a look at the weekly there, you see the slows at 51.5 and the fast now is at 58. It's jumping up and we are threatening the green right there, in the sense that it's not green yet, but it will be in a few hours as long as it stays right here. So that is the action we're seeing at the moment. Now, from there, let's see, what else can we do? We can go with, what do we go with? Let's see where it is. Let's see. Let's go to, what's that? It was Euro Turkish Lira. From there, we go over to the BRICS. Unfortunately, Mexico chose not to join the BRICS, and they walked away from it. That would have been the most powerful BRIC of all. And so now we are basically looking at the number one BRIC, and that is the South African Rand. Let's put that up on the screen. We'll go to J4X. We can throw it in there first. And that's dollar Rand. We did enjoy watching the Mexican peso, what strength it had. Maybe we'll take a look and see, what the Mexican peso is doing now. It seemed like it's very happy that they didn't join the BRIC. That now it's very strong against the dollar, doing good work, the whole bit. Now Mexico is larger import into the United States than China. That's how strong Mexico is now as a trading partner. And there it is on Chicago Quant. And then, let's see, what was that? That is the South African Rand. And did I ever try to put the South African Rand in our new platform? Let's see if I have it. I don't see it there. I don't see it. I see ruble, but I don't see Rand. Let's see if we can put that on there too. I see the Chinese product. Let's see, what is that? USD. ZAR, I guess it would be. Let's see what that does. ZAR. ZAR. Okay, there it is. So let's put ZARX in there and see what that does. ZARX. No, that didn't work. No, that didn't work. Okay. ZARX. ZAR equals X. And we hit save. Let's see how that comes up. As you can see on J4X, it's green on the weekly for the last couple weeks. That's usually a bearish sign for gold. And let's put the daily in there, like so. And you see the fast is at 46.8, the slow is at 67, so the pressure is down on a daily basis, which is very good. That's bullish for gold. Now we have it there. You can see it's 2 days in a sell. Is it 2 days? Yeah, 2 days in a sell. And let's see what it looks like over on our new platform. And there it is. That's odd looking. Maybe we might be getting something out of it. Let's see if we can isolate it. Like that. And there it is right there. We got some dots out of it. We're getting some data feed, so that's not too bad. Let's show you what we're looking at there. See, it's breaking down, but again, they don't, that's pretty much right there. That's that whole signal right there. So in other words, if we, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So basically, if we go like this, that's pretty much what's really going on there. And went into a sell and jumped back into a buy there for this little movement up, and then now we're breaking down again. And then when we go and look at the weekly, you can see that we were same as on J4X. There was a buying going on for the last couple of weeks, and it's just on the edge now of breaking down, which is very positive. Let's just show you again on J4X. It's very positive. We want it to break down. See it there? It's green, but getting ready to go red. And then when we look at it over here, you see the same thing. It's trying to break down on the weekly. We're at zeros at this point. You can see that right there. And then when we go and look at the metals complex, here's gold. And you see gold is trying to go up. That's what it's supposed to do. And you can see the weekly is flirting with a buy also at the same time. So that even insinuates even more that that we're seeing that weakness in the dollar against the South African rand is showing the strength in the metals complex there. And the same thing over on silver, right there. You see the same thing. Silver is trying to lift up. It hasn't gotten through yet, but the weekly is also pointing in that direction. And I was hearing some traders that I do trust mention the fact that they're watching 45.50 on the S&P 500, and they're watching to see if copper can turn. There's talk again. Notice that X did not go. The lifelong leader of China did not go to the G20. They say there's a lot of issues going on inside the country, and there's a lot of problems, and he's afraid to leave. And he may not even go to Washington in a few months when he's supposed to. There's a lot of issues going on. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. So why I mention that? Because right here, as I eat some blueberries and drink some water, you can see there, copper is lifting up this morning. And the weekly is playing with it. It's lifting up. That's a strong point. And you can see here, like silver getting into that buy and trying to lift. If we do see that strength, that is sometimes a signal to traders and money managers and so forth that interest rates are going to stay sideways or possibly go down. And metals need lower interest rates. So silver, has been trying to hold this range I would say pretty well, and did not take out this 360 low. And we'll see if it, tries to lift up even more. Then we go to the platinum. You can see the platinum is trying to get into the daily buy. It's trying to get into we went into a weekly sell last week, and now it's right back again, playing with the opposite of buy, and that is sell. It's trying to get back into that. So that is the action of it all as we speak. So there is platinum, and then we have someone looking at palladium. So we can take a look at palladium since we have a very new and active chart to it, like so. And you can see here, and I think we can even get that up on J4X. It's nice to leave the ZAR up there because it emphasizes the fact that it's trying to turn down with the algorithms and the stochastics and so forth. So, and there's palladium. Let's see what palladium's. Yeah, okay, we got palladium on there. See, it's in that daily sell for 6 days, and a weekly sell for what is that? 4 weeks. This is the fifth. We're starting the fifth week in a sell. So now I think that's more relating in the sense of being an industrial metal. So normally, if they think the world economy is, kind of perking up and starting to lift, it's usually a good sign that they will start to buy. So that is that. Mr. Biden did something foolish in Vietnam last night. Called somebody what did he call him? Evil dog soldier, pony soldier, some odd John Wayne thing. I don't know. And then he said, "Well, my staff told me it's time for me to go to bed, so I'll go to bed." It's like, oh my God, the guy is so whack. 60 some odd percent of the Democrat Party does not want Mr. Biden to run for president, but it seems like no one's listening. They're blocking anybody from running against him. So who's ever in charge of Mr. Biden is doing a fine job of controlling them. For them, let's put it that way. All right, now from the palladium, we move over to the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar usually has some similarity with energy, and since our government here at the moment, Mr. Biden in particular, is passing executive orders that are illegal, they're trying to basically shut our oil industry down even more. So it's even weirder. And let's put Canadian up there. When the Canadian is rising, and when oil is usually going down. When Canadian is dropping like that, it's gaining against the dollar, and oil is usually rising up. So let's take a look at some oil there. We'll leave the Canadian up on the screen there for everybody to see. And also we'll show you, let's see, let's first do, I'm going to put the Canadian in here. And so you can see there that pressure on it today. And you can see that the weekly is having some pressure on it because the fast has dropped underneath the zero line. And then let's go put a look at the oil contract. And right there is oil. It is that's the best way to describe it. Oil is rising, because there's a strong feeling that oil is going to see $100 a barrel because Mr. Biden is shutting down the American oil industry. I have to laugh. It makes no sense. He says he wants to help everybody, but he's making inflation grow. You figure it out. I don't. I mean, honestly, I have no opinion more in that than, they're just socialists and that's what they believe. Now you can see there at 87.57. Let's see if the December contract is trading at 86. The answer is 86.19. Okay. So it's a $1.36 premium on the front month, which means that they are trying to buy that stuff to bring it to their refinery to manufacture, fall and winter products. All right, and then from there, what's that? Oil, right? So let's go and look at it on here. Where's that? Oil. There it is right there. And there is right there. We'll put the front month again. That's October oil. And you see it's doing the same thing. Lots of strength. It's been in that buy for a long while. It hasn't pierced through like this has, which is interesting. And the weekly seems to not even care. And what's fascinating is how long it's been in a weekly buy. It's been in that weekly buy since way back in here, back in July. This thing's been in a weekly buy. And it has not gone into the weekly sell, whereas you can see here we had 1 week of a sell and then back into it. So we went into the buy at the end of, we're going to get this go back 20 weeks instead of 10. I think that's what we do now, just 10. And we can see here, it went into the weekly buy in the end of June and has been in that weekly buy all the way up until this mild dip here. And we got into the sell with the daily sell. and we jump back into the daily buy, which we can move over right there, and giving us a warning here that be careful, it's going back up again. And sure enough, it did it right there, you can see, and there's the product just taking off, going up. So oil, there's a lot of people out there that I trust that say, watch out, oil could hit the century mark. And I guess when Mr. Biden keeps on passing executive orders like kings, like being a king, he's trying to shut down the industry. So all I can say is go figure. He wants to prop up the Russian oil market. He wants to make sure that they sell oil. He wants to make sure Persia sells oil. And he wants to make sure that Venezuela. So these are socialist states, basically, or fascist communist states, or something of that nature. They're all in the same ilk. Free markets and free people do not exist in any one of them. So, all right, now from oil, you can see on J4X we're looking at the CAD. And so it's starting to do something that makes sense. Because look at that rampage. It's gone flying up, and all the way back to June, in a sense, right in here, this big June bottom, right there, the June bottom, and you can see it's been climbing strong, and we're not seeing Canadian. That's the Canadian dollar. We're not seeing that. Instead of it being at 136, you would think it would be at 126, but it just has not been following it. It has not been paying attention. So we come to our conclusion. We're going to just take a quick look at Mexican peso. It is a very good currency. They're one of the largest trading partners in the world with the United States, and so it's well worth just taking a peek at. We used to always look at it. There it is right there, dollar. Okay, look at that. Since they've announced that they're not joining the BRICS, it has bounced up off of some nice 5-year lows or 6-year lows. Interesting. You can see it's in a weekly buy for going on a third week now. It's starting, and it's in a daily buy. It's flirting with a daily sell today, but it's been in a daily buy for 2, 4, 6, 7. This is the 7th. This is going on the 8th day, but it's just underneath the 0 line. So 7 days in a buy. And that concludes our currency. Now, if anybody would like to see anything in the currencies, just shout it out. We'll go back to it. But we're going to go over now. We've seen the energies to some extent. We're going to finish off the energies by looking at natural gas and the energy company down in Spain, which usually gives us, good clarity of what's going on. So right here is natural gas. All right. There's natural gas. Closing the daily buy yesterday, holding up firm. They took out some lows today, but seems to be right back up in the saddle. The weekly is trying to turn up, and you can see the fast is pushing with it. Over here on J4X, same situation. Right. Where is it at? Natural gas. That's a Spain company. Let's just see where. It'll be right underneath Brent. Where's Brent? There's Brent. So we'll put Brent up there real quick. You can see Brent has been showing good strength. The fast is trading at 79. The slow is trading at 79. So the fast is just a little bit underneath the slow. So a little pressure is coming in. And then we go over and look at the natural gas market. You can see that's hanging around the $2.58 area. 59 cents, almost $2.60 to be exact. You see it here, 2.599. Now we go over to here, and we'll take a look at nat gas here. Right there, there's natural gas, doing the same thing. And at the same time, the daily is trying to get into its buy like it is over on Chicago Quant. Just doing it today. And you can see, right, let's widen this a little bit. You see that it got into the daily buy yesterday. It's trying to fall back, but you can see it's at 45.8 versus a 27.6. So there's a lot of buying going on there. You can see that, and then you can see over here on Chicago Quant, same story. It's in buy for 2 days and they're pushing, but the weekly is still not giving us that all clear sign, you know. And then from there, we can see it on our new platform. Same situation. It's trying to climb into the buy today. And you can see that the red dot Friday, but green today. And the weekly trying to climb into the buy right there, which is impressive. Let's see what it's doing on J4X. There's the weekly. And I think we're going to see what that's trying to do. That's still in the sell. 42.2 versus a 41.5. It is lifting through now. We're just waiting for the green to get going. All right, and then last but not least, we zip over to the South African, not South African, I'm sorry, Spanish Energy Corporation that trades natural gas, and their stock always reflects it seems to always reflect the price of natural gas. You can see here it's 26.76. And we've seen as low as 25.5 down in here, and a little bit lower, 25.27 over the last few weeks. There's that. Now let's put it up on here. We can also get it on our new platform. Let's see. Not there, not there, not there. There it is right there. You see there, it is in a buy daily for 3 days, and it's been in a second week of a buy. It's not exactly what we're hoping for. We're hoping for the opposite. You can see there. We really don't want to see it go up. We want to see it go down. It would help out the people of Europe, just like we don't want to see the Turkish lira go up. We want it to go down. But unfortunately, it just doesn't do that with the policies that they have at the moment. So from there, that concludes our energy look now. That's what that comes down to. We are looking at that now. Let's see from there. All right, so we looked at bonds. That helps us understand the pairs trades a little bit there. What else can we look at? Let's go over to the stock indices, see what they're up to today. So there's the S&P 500. I think we need to start. Let me just double check. I moved the NASDAQ 100, the Tech 100. We're going to put that in for the moment. We've moved that into the December contract. And so I think we're going to need to be doing that to also the S&P 500. So let's take a look at that at the same time. Let me go. Where do I go with that? We go over. I just want to see what the open interest is. I want to see what the exchange is saying about it. Okay, let's see. Where do I go from here? All right, there it is. Okay. And the exchange shows us that the S&P 500, let's see, futures, S&P 500, there it is. The front month contract, more than likely, it's very close. The open interest is still 170 or 1,785,000 contracts to December's 54,000. So they haven't done the total switch yet. That's probably going to happen at the end of the day. So tomorrow, more than likely, we will be in the December contract. And you see here that strength that's in it at the moment. It's not letting go. And you can see our weekly is trying right there to get in there. It's only $1.40 off. And we can look around the neighborhood and we can see here is the Tech 100 that we have up on the J4X screen, which is the December contract. It is climbing through the weekly as we speak, and the daily's been in a daily buy for 3 days, whereas the S&Ps have been just 2 days of daily buy. Now, we take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average right there. And as you can see there, that's 2 days in a daily buy. and the weekly is still having its issues. The fast is moving up. Okay, it's broken the zero line, so we're seeing some buying kick in. We're seeing it, but we're not getting past that at the moment. All right, now where do we go from here? Let's go to let's see, where do we go from here? We will go somewhere, that's for sure. Oh, I know what I want to look at. It's the Russell 2000. Usually those spec stocks, when there is a good bottom, they join in very quickly. And so you can see here, they're having their issues. It's way down. The fast is trying to turn up on the weekly. Been in a daily sell for 4. It's even today is the 5th day. It hasn't gotten into the buy. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's the Russell 2000. And that can be very insightful. Matter of fact, we should put that up on... I want to put that on ours too. Our new platform. What's that? Russell 2000. Russell... Oh, wrong thing. Let's try that again. Let's see what it looks like on our platform, our new platform. Russell 2000, RUSS. So it's RTY equals F. Then we could look at the index itself, which is M2K equals F, micro E mini Russell. Okay, so which one should we go after? I say Russell growth index. Let's do this. Let's do the RTY. RTY. Let's do the RTY. And RTY equals X. F, like in Frank. RTY equals F. Save. Now let's go over to here and see how that looks compared to the other one. Home. And spin. And down. And there she is. Alright, nice feed. It's trying to get into the daily buy. Compared to the contract, you can see that right there. And when we go over to here, you can see it's not climbing in it yet. And then we go over to J4X. Let's see what it's doing there today. RTY, where's it at? Right there, I think that's it. Yep. So you can see the daily is at 14.59. The fast slows at basically 11.7. So it's definitely, the buyers are coming in on a daily basis. We're seeing the same thing here with ours, with the green and the red. We're seeing that here it's trying to get through the zero line but hasn't gotten there yet. And obviously the weekly is just trying to turn. Now we go over to our new platform. And as you can see there, we've got the green. It is through the buy already for today, and the weekly is, the fast has moved up through the zero line, but the slow is still having its issues. So, all right, that's really important in many ways. That particular indice is the old speculative one of, weak and cheap companies that one day might be the next Apple or Intel or something of that nature. So, and there's 2,000 of them, and usually one or two turn out to be really great over time. So we've done it all. We will talk to you all tomorrow on Tuesday. So prayers for everybody of September 11th, and happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders.